Hello and welcome to this very first episode. My first guest today is Mary. Originally from Crimea, Mary is a Ukrainian girl with a deep love for Capoeira. She currently lives in Poland, where I briefly met her last year through couchsurfing. Eventually, we never lost touch, and it's only fair for Mary to be my first guest because she's actually the first person I told about my ID, and it is her encouragement and a positivity that helped me to overcome my doubts. Together, in this very first episode, we delve into the philosophical and romantical aspects of travel, with, for example, our love of travel notebooks, and the importance of having a starting song when going on a journey. I hope you'll like it. Enjoy this episode. Hi, Mary, and thanks for joining.
Hey, thank you. Thank you for
Yeah, welcome.
invitation.
So, just a quick introduction. We met actually in Poland last April. We joined through couchsurfing meeting, hangout, and you helped me to discover your current city. And since in this place we started talking about creativity, about plans for the future, and this is how I got the idea that podcast was something which I would like to do. And for the past 6 months, I've been scratching my head trying to find a topic.
Yeah.
And I discovered that instead of me talking about things, I would go and interview people about their life, but mostly about traveling. Because since we met in couchsurfing, I thought that traveling is it's what's, I want traveling to be what connects all the people I interview. And so here you are, and now I can stop talking. And can you maybe say a few things about you?
Yes, actually, thank you very much for having me, and you have a really good idea for all of us. Very interesting. I wish you all the best with this idea. Looking forward to a lot of news about this idea. I'm from Crimea, and now I'm based in Krakow around 9 months. I'm a martial art teacher. My base martial art is Capoeira. I'm also a kinesiotaping and rehab specialist, and I have some other maybe titles in sport, but it's not topic about today. Yeah, I like to travel, and guys, be patient, please, with my English, because I'm not use it so often in common life.
When do you use English actually? Only when you travel?
For now, I live like in travel, but I live in Poland, and now I live in Poland, and I use Polish language, I use Ukrainian language, sometimes Russian. It's enough for me because I don't have a big opportunity, but sometimes when I'm not enough with Polish, I use English. But anyway, my English, I'm not so clear. I feel that I make a mistake.
Everybody makes mistakes. Me too. I keep making mistakes in English, and you should hear my Spanish. It's even worse. So one question I have for everybody is, do you come from a family of big travelers? Do your parents used to travel a lot as well, or do you think it is something more from our generation?
Yes, I suppose it's about like a new trend of our generation, because my parents don't travel a lot. Maybe it's about historical periods or something like this, but in our family, I travel much more than anybody else.
Yeah, me too as well. I'm the only one in my family who lives outside of the country. Yes.
Nice.
Do you remember what was your first travel? The first travel which really opened your eyes about the world and made you want to travel more?
Yeah, of course, I remember this time. It was Berlin. I don't remember. It was after 2010, 2011, 12, something like this. It was like my first adult, journey, because it was like after my school, first trip to Europe, and it was like a workshop. By the way, it was in Berlin, it was in Germany. Yes, it was like a capoeira workshop with a celebration, the birthday of capoeira school in general, and I training, and yeah, it was realized. Have you ever been in Berlin, by the way?
I've never been in Berlin, and even if I come from very close to Germany, I know very little
Yeah,
of Germany. Yes, it's a pity,
yeah,
but one
maybe
day I
not
will.
yet, not yet. Yeah.
Not yet. True. Yeah. So, so your first travel was thanks to sport, right? Because you went for capoeira.
Actually, yes. I don't travel like some site. I mean, maybe natural or something like this or historical. I travel for emotional, for people, some workshops and so on, so on. Because I'm from Crimea, we have a lot of beautiful sites. I I'm rich about these views, and I'm not surprised about a lot of stuff around. But yes, I travel for another one.
Hmm. When you travel, except sport, what drives you? What attracts you to a particular place? Like, is it a landscape or is it a city, the history, or the people?
No, like I said before, I don't care about some sites, and I don't really care about people, because I prefer alone traveling, and I'm deep inside like introvert girl, and I don't need to people a lot around me, and I don't need to share my impressions with it. But the roads, the trips, this is my university, because when I'm a trip, I'm teach myself, I study myself. I'm with another rules, with another ways with myself, but that's why it's much more open-minded inside me. For me, it's what me took forward, push me forward.
So traveling is your university.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a lovely way to say it. Yes.
Every time, you can check you can check yourself. You can examine yourself. It's become from the passport control, from your luggage, and every time you check yourself.
So it's a university. Traveling is a university, and so you always learn something, and something about yourself.
About yourself. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like alone journeys is like for selfish people.
Do you think shy people are selfish? I don't think so.
Maybe, maybe.
Shyness and selfishness is very different, right?
Who knows?
Since you travel solo, do you think it requires more
Mhm.
preparation than with if you're three people or two people? Is it more work to prepare for a solo trip?
If I understood the correctly your question, because I have like another way. I have like influence of like this. I don't preparate a lot, because I don't need a
Hmm.
lot of stuff around myself, and I need some point like. In my schedule, and when you have a free time in your timetable, you have the like a free place to have something new, in this journey. And actually, I'm not a freak
Hmm.
control. I don't have a plan for a lot of time. I know that you have something like this way, because when you're meeting in Krakow, you don't really have rules. You don't really have some sites to want to see. You don't really have a plan. You like I remember you in the Krakow, you were like free. You when we meet you want to go to the club to somewhere and you change your plan um, during the day. You change your plan to the next day. So it's flow, you know. Like I said, people create the journey because sometimes, yes, I see that I'm introvert, but I lot with a lot of people. And for example, if I met one interesting person, like it was between us, you know, I can cancel my another plans and I can spend one day just with one interesting person. It's sometimes it's much more interesting than going to a museum or some castles or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, not to have plan is a plan.
Don't have plan is a plan. Yeah. If you don't have a plan, it's a nice plan.
And yeah, I try as well to leave as much as possible time in the agenda just to wander around and see what happens. Yes.
Yeah.
When you're looking for social interactions, how do you do that? Do you look for couchsurfing or do you look on meetups, on other social networks?
You know, when I start my career in the journeys, I use the couch surfing. I like the hangouts and so on, and I have some friends like from couch surfing. But it's now maybe I'm grow up, but now it's not my type, and I feel myself good because you know I'm from the Capoeira community. I have a lot of some Capoeira guys, and sometimes I don't need to another. But when I'm a little bit tired about Capoeira community, I start to use social some, for example, couch surfing in maybe the first place. But for the now, I stop use, for example, even some touristic community.
I see. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
you're switching between capoeira community
Mm-hmm.
and the rest, yeah. When you don't want to
Yeah,
speak when you don't want to speak about capoeira, you go on
yeah,
couchsurfing hangouts.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
good. Well, do you have something? I'm curious. Do you have something in your luggage which is always there when you travel? Something which you cannot do without?
I can't be without liquid for my lenses, you know. But if we
Oh, yeah.
but if we serious, I use with my paper notebook, you know, for have some marks, for have some ideas. Of course, I can use my phone, and but for me, it's much more interesting to have, for example, coffee time and with your pen, with your paper, and have some marks. It's much more maybe romantic than use your device, but I would like to have. And sometimes I don't. It's notebook. It's not big, and but this
Mhm.
notebook were with me with a lot of countries, and sometimes I look at this piece of papers, small piece of papers, and imagine how interesting life he has. It has.
Yeah. That's a great idea, and I do it sometimes as well
Yeah.
to take a notebook with me
Mm-hmm.
because first of all, it avoids you to just to take photos which you
Yeah.
will never see again, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it creates a nice souvenir
Mm-hmm.
notebook, yeah. And I did that last October. I went to Sicily.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I was walking through Sicily, and
Yeah.
instead of taking my phone and
Yeah.
all the time on when I was working, I
Rolling.
was
Yeah.
I was noting my impressions on in a notebook. And also, that's the great thing is that it saves a lot of battery on your phone because you are
Mm-hmm.
not on your phone all the time.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good
And
idea.
which mark you have in your notebook? Your items, your thoughts.
I can show you actually. I can show you. Here it is.
Wow.
You can see it. People listening won't see it, but basically it's a very thin book. Yeah, and after day by day, I took notes about the travel, And I
Mhm.
even added some receipts about
Sketchbook.
the restaurants I was in,
Hmm.
and that's it. That's a nice little souvenir for me. And I have another one which I keep in store for later.
Nice. I see. Yeah, I see the same. It's like also tiny. You see what too fast to life, too young to die.
Yeah, it looks badass. It looks really great. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, yeah, yeah. But it's also small. Yeah, but actually it was a gift for me, and that the main title of this paper is like about like we live in the big speeds and we care about the signs of the roads. It's really like a notebook for the
Mm.
road, you know, like this symbol, like one more
Yeah.
coffee for the road. That's why like one more notebook for the road.
One more notebook for the road.
Yeah.
So, what is the next destination which you will wrote into this book? Do you?
Oh, nice. Actually, I dream about New York, and but I don't know about my plans. But you know, this our life is so interesting. I don't know. Maybe our next podcast will be from the New York. But anyway, I would like to go to Brazil because pandemia canceled my trip to Brazil because and I would like to go to India as well.
Oh.
I would like to feel these contrasts between cultures inside the one cultures, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So like you feel it's really, really, really strange, strange direction. Yeah, yeah, strange
So,
direction.
when you are tired of capoeira in Brazil, you will go to India.
And from India to New York, yeah,
Oh,
to
yes,
cross
yes.
all our planet. Yeah,
Yeah. But
yeah.
okay, so Brazil, India, New York, all of this in 2023?
I hope I will try my best.
Mm-hmm.
I will try my best.
Do you take part in competition of capoeira?
Um, no, I don't have this plan, but sometimes in capoeira shit happens in every roda. Roda, this is a circle when we fight, and maybe it's not an official competition, but for me, for example, to be serious, sometimes when I had this opportunity to go to Brazil, I didn't go just because I understand that which problems I will have, and I was not like to be in powerful state, you know. That's why I will not go to Brazil. But now maybe I'm more confident, and now I'm ready to go to Brazil. Even it's not like
Mhm.
official competition, but I understand that my visit to Brazil, it's promise about competition because it's like a little bit exam because you know European teacher goes to Brazil. You should level up this border. Yeah, that's why I need to be some brave and yes, and I think it's next year. I'm ready. I'm not ready. I'm ready in this year as well, but now I feel that I'm ready to go to this competition
That's good. Nice.
because you know it sounds like I said before that our trip is exam is university and also the trip it could be like a competition with
Yes,
yourself
I
as
see.
well.
Yeah.
Sometimes when we are talking about traveling, it looks like a romanticized, nice history. It's like it looks like fun, but who deep in this meaning, who deep in the trip, we understand sometimes it's not for fun. It's not to work. Sometimes it's a part of your self uh, level up, and I don't know how to self growing. Sometimes it's not about fun.
Traveling for you can grow and you can, but also yeah, you can look for entertainment. Yes, there's the two aspects of it. Yeah. Yeah. And what about Krakow? Do you like it? Do you enjoy? Do you recommend it to people?
Um, for who like history, yes, I
Hmm.
recommend Krakow. because Krakow full of story, full of tough story, history, hard history. I would like recommend Krakow, but like I'm from the sunny side, here's not a lot of sunny days. And if you are guys looking for sunny place, it's not place.
Beach or yeah,
Yeah, it's
no,
it's
it's not
nice.
there.
It's
No.
nice city, but the place of the city in the depression, like on the map. That's why, and around the mountains, and that's why here is not good um, sunny
Mm.
days. That's why we have. But anyway, it's interesting. It's really old, like it's like a typical old Europe.
Yeah, I remember it was very, very old Europe.
Yeah, do you plan to back to Krakow, or it was enough for you for that 3 days?
I really enjoyed the energy of the city because it was a lot of students, a lot of
Mm-hmm.
Erasmus, a lot of digital nomads as well. I could see myself there for a few months or even 1 year probably. Because it seems that it's a city also where you can live without knowing too much Polish, since it's so international.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would love to discover more of Krakow, not just running around,
Mm-hmm.
going from one meetup or one hangout to another, just taking my time, and it would be good to say that I lived in Krakow. Yes, we'll see. We'll see in the future. Yes.
Yeah.
As you said, it is very old Europe. It's inland. And in your case, you grew up next to the sea, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like there is this lack in your life sometimes that you want to
Yeah.
go closer to the sea?
Yes, I would like to date sea for the tea. I miss these dates, the better dates on the sea. Sunrise, sunsets, yeah.
Yeah.
It's really important part of my life. Really, without
Mm.
without jokes, I'm not kidding. For me, it was a really nice, funny story because we were in the nightclub, and every night parties in Crimea ends on the sea, on the
Mhm.
beach. Yeah, and I we finished
Oh,
the
nice.
night stuff, and I was a little bit drunk, and we opened the doors. It was like early morning, and I said, "Let's go to the sea," stuff like this, and then I understood that I'm not close to the sea, and I was shocked. I began to be surprised just because I understand we can go to the sea. I said, "Wow, it's really boring. Come on, guys. If you have only the river, it's not enough."
The river is not the same. Well, you in the river you have some swans, you have some birds,
Yeah.
but it's not the Black Sea, it's not the Mediterranean Sea, and you cannot see the sunset right on the river in Krakow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. It's not.
You can have a drink. You can have a drink, but that's all.
Do you remember this famous phrase from Mark Twain on the deathbed? Do you remember what he said? What he told?
Let me check if I.
He told to think like we will regret about to think on deathbed. Do you remember this phrase?
Yes. 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things that you didn't do than by the ones you did, right?
No, I meant another one. It's about traveling.
Okay.
He told about another one because I have this phrase like like a tattoo in my brain because when I read this book, I promised myself that two things I will not regret on that bed: that I'm little loved and little traveled, and I want to be sure, dear my Mark Twain, that I will not be a little loved and little traveled. Yeah,
Okay, so you want to be well traveled.
and well loved. Why not? Yeah, but sometimes, when you have a good work and okay, let's be honest. Travel. Most people who travel, they have a good work. They have this opportunity, but we all have a good work,
Mhm.
or we work during the travelings. But only work to our life is not enough. Only travel to feel happy in our life is not enough, and only have love, maybe it's being born without traveling, without interest in working. Yeah, that's why it's for full happy life, it's really important to be loved, to have some interest in work, and to have traveling, really, to have traveling.
Yes,
It's about
absolutely. Yeah,
full
yeah.
emotions,
We
full life.
absolutely need sometimes to change our minds and to get another perspective as well on life.
Yeah, we are not a trees. We are not a trees to spend our life in one place, which you never choose. You will be grow up in every space.
We need to use these legs and these planes, cars, trains, right?
We are lucky. Yeah. If you don't use this opportunity to travel, in next life you will be like a tree. No.
So if you travel a lot in your next life, you become what? A butterfly, a bird?
Yeah. 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 Actually, it's really it's you. Yeah. I need to think about it. Who will be in the next life. Yeah, maybe it's about some bird. Maybe our next life we will be next people. For example, people with wings. Maybe. Have you read the book of Jack Kerouac about Dharma bombs?
You mean on the road?
No, no, no. It's called Dharma bombs by Jack
Um,
Kerouac. It's about
okay.
travelers. It's about tourist stuff. No,
Oh, okay. No, I just read on the road.
it's about Indian culture as well. Yeah, it's like a Bible maybe. For a lot of people, when I met, it's like a Bible of travels. What is for you like a Bibles for travels from the literature?
Good questions. Yeah, Jack Kerouac on the road, that's for sure. Oh, I could have prepared for that question because it's always the same.
Mm-hmm.
I know probably a lot of books like this, but I cannot say. I can say yes. There is a long poem in prose by Blaise Cendrars, who was a Swiss-French poet and writer from the 2030s. And when he was young, he traveled the Trans-Siberian train from Moscow to Vladivostok, and
Mm-hmm.
he wrote a long poem about this trip. And I read it when I was young, and it was it's a
Mm-hmm.
fascinating poem. Um, yeah.
It inspired you, yeah?
Oh yeah, yeah, a lot. Yeah, because it was very visual, because it was you could feel the feelings of the young writer experiencing the long travel in train from across Russia, and it was really a lovely poem. Yes, yes.
Nice. Do you have some audio symbol of trailing, for example, maybe some song?
Yeah, The Passenger by Iggy Pop.
Mm-hmm.
I am the passenger, and I ride and I ride.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I can't remember the rest, but you know the song.
I like I like Bob Dylan. One more cup of coffee for the road.
One more cup of coffee for the road.
One more cup of
Okay.
coffee for the road. And before I go, I really like this. For me, it's like a symbol for traveling.
I don't know this one. I have to look for it. Oh, great. I'm gonna learn a lot. Thanks to you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna include that in my next interviews.
every time when I'm at the airport or start to maybe bus or train station, I put in my earphones this song, like it's like a ritual to have one more cup of coffee for the road. And for example, it's like a ritual. It's very because I do it only on the traveling, and sometimes like items for the type of the photos, and
so
yeah.
this song is like your fetish, like your traveling soundtrack.
Yeah.
But you put it when you start the travel, not when you come back.
Yes, sure. Yeah. And I have another one. For example, when you got the ticket, when you have a plan or when you have the ideas or when you chat or text to someone that I'm going to your city, I use the song of Willie Nelson, On the Road Again. Do you know this song?
Maybe I heard it, but I don't know the title. So I'll have to check it out as well.
I'm sure that you hear it. Yeah, it's really like two special songs for like for me. It's like for all travels, but sometimes we have another one. Iggy Pop is also nice. It's also nice. Do you have, for example, in this year, in this really strange year, I have this like a spontaneous trip because it was like in May. I don't remember. It was after our meeting or before. Maybe you can help me because I was traveling to Switzerland and to Germany and to Austria, and it was like after the afternoon, stuff like this, before evening, because I woke up, I have my lunch, something like this, and around 2 or 4 p.m. I decided to go. I get the tickets to the concert, and I decided to go because I need. I had only one night to get to Germany. Yeah, it was before our meeting or after. So my question: did you have this spontaneous trip?
Yes, one time I went to England just to go to a restaurant because I read a great review about this restaurant in a newspaper, and I had some 3 days or 40 days, so I decided, yeah, let's go, and it was great. Thank you very much, Mary. It was really great to speak with you.
Yeah, thank you very much for a nice conversation.
It was a great conversation indeed, yeah.
Yeah. So see you guys.
Thank you very much.
See you in the next trip.
And that's it for the first episode. Thank you very much to Mary for sharing her experiences. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to share, follow, comment, and see you in the next episode.